Lunchbox is brought to you by Casa D'Angelo, with locations in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and Aventura.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And it is another home show today. I'm taking it easy. We've got the summertime kind of doldrums setting in, although you wouldn't know it from the news cycle. And I figured out, gentlemen, Jeff Deef with DeForest, Mike Lubie Lubitz, who the happiest person in America is today. Can you take a gander at that one?
Stu Feiner. I think he's on a roll with his $10,000 life-saving, life-changing bet of the century. No, I don't know. Who would it be, Mike Mayo?
Lubie, any guesses?
No, I mean, I have lots of guesses, but I don't have any clue where you're going.
Yeah, we don't know.
I just
What
leave it to
the hell are you
I
talking
love
about?
leading you down past that you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, they
now.
usually lead nowhere anyway. So
This is the world of usually Defo, but I'm in that role right now. Maya Rudolph is the happiest person in America. Maya
Oh,
Rudolph.
she played Kamala? Is that what it is? on
She
SNL?
is the Saturday Night Live former not ready for prime time player who now has gone on to other career stuff, acting and Tide commercials in Hollywood. But she does play Kamala Harris on Saturday Night Live. She did in the last election cycle. She's made some other cameos through the last 4 years. But I think she's going to have plenty of gainful employment over the next
use her a
few
lot.
months if and when Saturday Night Live returns to the airwaves before the actual election. I think they will have some shows in September and October, given it is an election cycle. So, and she does a pretty spot on Kamala, and Kamala is doing a pretty spot on job of playing a rabid bulldog prosecutor. But we don't talk politics here. But I know that you guys are kind of encouraged by what we're seeing, which is signs of life and what looked to be a totally comatose election between two old guys. But here we are. So I'm happy about everything that's going on because
It's nice to be excited. It's nice to see energy. It's nice to see people not assuming, which I appreciate. Like both sides were starting to do this weird dance, and I was like, okay, we know where I stood on it. I thought all of it was a load of garbage, but to see both sides' reaction to the news from Sunday and then the news from yesterday, I mean, where she got enough delegates to now be the presumptive nominee, not the actual nominee, but actually no one's a nominee until the convention, which is what we're all sort of learning. People on both sides are yelling at each other. The reality is until there's a convention, there's no nominee. So no laws, no issues have happened, but it's cool to see how both sides are reacting to this and sort of the assumed media movement sort of just fade away. And we're now actually just getting news, which I sort of missed and I appreciate.
Well, I have some breaking news, and it does not have anything to do with the resignation of the Secret Service director, although that was kind of the biggest prohibitive odds that you could ever imagine after yesterday's hearing. Defo, I don't know if you even knew this woman's name before the events of a couple of weeks ago.
well, we saw her a couple of weeks ago. I would have had no idea who she was. We were saying earlier this morning, I mean, she couldn't get the job as head of security at a local Walmart after this performance. I mean,
And you know,
the guy's up on the roof and everybody's screaming, "There's a guy with a gun!" And he happens to be on the roof of the headquarters of the local police.
talk about a botch.
You can't mess that up anymore.
No, and I do appreciate that.
It did look like a Belichick press conference, though, didn't it? When she
when
was doing the testimony, was
tap dancing and the non.
well. What I can tell you is nothing.
the non-answer answers. What
Yeah.
was
You would have been the dogged guy, though, that would have been pressing her. You would have been tougher on her than Jim Jordan.
Well, it was an impressive display of bipartisanship, which we don't usually see in Washington, D.C., because I think everybody in the world can agree that this was a muck-up of major proportions. One note I do want to say, I didn't really see it covered that much, that besides being a failure of planning and making sure that roof and the series of buildings were actually,
Well, wouldn't that
covered.
be like the
No,
first thing that you would check out to make sure that like nobody was able to get up there and
well, here's the
fire
thing
off a
that
couple
got
of
me.
shots? You got to be
As
kidding
much
me.
as a failure in both execution, so to speak, even though the
Good
shooter
choice of
was
words there,
executed.
man. Yeah.
No, it was actually a
You're getting like
failure.
Biden. I mean, you're starting to go Biden on this.
It was a failure of design. Did you look at the way that the stage and those bleachers were set up? All it would have taken was some simple geometry, and angles. Because if you saw those bleachers to the right of Trump, all they had to do was be angled a little bit further
Yeah,
up
the other
and
way.
over, and it would have blocked the shooter's
It wouldn't have
vision.
mattered though. I mean,
No,
they
and then it,
they had information that there was a guy up there on the roof. I mean, they were
but then
people calling the cops. All they had to do was say, "Hey, Donald, don't take the
that's
stage for 15 minutes."
That's
So we
Monday.
figured this out.
Yeah, that's true too. But that's
Yeah,
Monday
he's
morning quarterbacking. All you have to do is when you look at the overhead of the design, you say, "Hey, we got to push the president's riser back 10 yards, and we got to kind of re-angle." When they were building those bleachers, they have to kind of totally just completely wall off any line of sight from those buildings. So it was a failure of design as much as anything else. But now it is all Monday morning quarterbacking. She's gone. But no, the breaking news I was talking about was actually on the Sun Sentinel website. We've got the finalists, and we're back to food finally. In the latest Sun Sentinel food competition, they have these food wars going. And this month, in honor of Joe Biden and National Ice Cream Month, is ice cream, favorite ice cream. And they have their list of finalists. Are you ready to hear the scoop on who has been designated the 5 finalists
Now,
in
what is the deal? The best ice cream
How do you do it?
place,
just best ice cream place
Place.
parlor.
place. Okay,
Well, and I guess
because there's a big difference. I mean, the best ice cream might be,
Something in the fridge.
mint chocolate chip, but
No,
the
no.
best place would be like a Jackson's or
we're
something.
not talking. We're talking about ice cream parlors, places where you go to get your, the summertime treats. I'm not talking about flavors or brands that you find in a supermarket or a convenience store. I'm talking about places that are in South Florida, and it looks like some chains are eligible because I see a couple of them that have multiple locations.
How is Jackson's on a runaway though?
Well, so Jackson's is there. It's
Got to
one
be
of
a runaway freight train on this, no?
well, you know what? Jackson's is
If you say ice cream parlors, famous, and I mean, iconic places in South Florida, almost everybody would think right away of Jackson's.
all right.
I
So
believe that to be true.
there's 5 ice cream parlors, and of
All
course,
right.
Jackson's is a local legend, and we've been in there a couple of times with
Your daughter worked
Linda.
there, for God's sake.
Yeah, she did. But
So do you
it's
have to recuse yourself from the voting?
yeah, I'm not
All
going to
right.
weigh in on any of this, but I want to give you let's see, hints about some of the other places.
Or is this a Judge Alito deal?
One of the other hints, one of the other places that made the top 5 is a place that we've done the Lunchbox show from.
Oh,
with
yeah. All
Nikki
right.
Mohan. I don't think you were
I
there.
wasn't there, no, because you guys with the ice cream
Oh
would have
man,
been too much.
Cleveland. Oh, we need to go back.
No,
What was the name of the place?
I'm surprised Cleveland's did not make the list because I
What's the other
thought
place?
Cleveland's is worthy. Let me give you a hint. Wilton Manors.
Oh, the Woman in the Creamery. Okay.
Wilton Creamery made the final
That was
5.
good. I don't know.
Lily's Handmade Ice Cream in Delray Beach, which is one of my favorites, and
All
I've
right.
got to know the family, the Galinsky family. They're Israeli Americans, and it's a really good origin story because the son that helped found the place with his parents was in the Israeli Air Force and was
wow.
actually a chef, a cook. He worked in the commissary, of the different bases, military Air Force bases, where he when he served his conscripted time, and he did baking, and then he got into ice cream making. And when he came to the States, they opened up this ice cream shop, and it's a big favorite of Dickstein's. Me and him have done some damage in there some days. So Jackson's, Wilton Creamery, Lily's Handmade Ice Cream, and then there's 2 more that I wouldn't have necessarily chosen, but the people have spoken. One of them is Witt's Frozen Custard. It has
How
Just
is that?
open up a location on
Right
Federal
by
Highway.
you. Yeah, there's one right by you.
I've been curious to stop in there. You know what? In a weird sort of way, it's sort of been calling my name, and I wouldn't have thought that I would go out of my way to get like a frozen custard, but it's been a while, and
They
I keep passing this place on my way to the medical
right by
marijuana store. So maybe it's appropriate that on the way back one day I would stop at Wits.
They
But I'm
have
curious to check it out. I've seen nice, favorable things.
I
On Milk
love
South
frozen
Florida.
custard, and
Yeah.
I wanted anytime I'm about to go to the professor's, it's right by him. Not to give away his location at all. But I haven't stopped there, and I really like frozen custard, but I haven't heard anything about this place. Like,
I've been there.
People say it's really good.
Yeah, it is a very good product. I guess it's a national chain. I've been to the locations in Boca Raton on Federal Highway and in Delray Beach. There's one downtown on that Pineapple Grove area. Very good product. They have all kinds of different specialty flavors of the week, and that they rotate. Good product, creamy, and of course we know custard is made with some egg yolks. That's what makes it gives it that kind of extra dose of creaminess. It's not just.
I may be blowing by there later this afternoon. I might have to.
There is one in Fort Lauderdale? You're telling me?
No, it's like Lighthouse Point area. It's north of me on Federal Highway, which we're talking maybe 3-4 miles north of Atlantic. And,
I'm looking now at
on
my
Federal
map.
Highway on the east side of the street.
Look at
Just
it.
opened up recently. It hasn't been there that long.
There is a Wits.
Sort of around where Costa's is, the Greek restaurant we used to love.
I'm looking on my Google Maps now. There's not only one in Lighthouse Point near you, but near Lubie, it says Wits Frozen Custard of Coral Springs. Are you aware of that, Lubie?
there's a Wits over here. I didn't know there was Wits over here.
It
That's
might
actually
have just opened. It says at the Walk at University Shops, 2886 North University
closer to my
Drive.
in-laws.
Imagine coming home today with a quart of this stuff that might last you like a while in the freezer. It's calling your name every day. Wits. It'd be great to have that in there. I would actually be happy if you went to the freezer right now, Mike Mayo, and pulled down a thing of Wits frozen custard and sampled it for us.
Well, I'm not going to because I don't have a Wits near me.
Okay.
Near me in Hollywood is a really good independent ice cream custard place called Siciliano's, and it's right next. It's the same owner as the Sub Center. It's a place that has all these good subs.
Sub Center is good.
Yeah, they have a good cheesesteak. Not the one by the stadium. This is the one at the junction of 441 and Hollywood Boulevard, and right next to it is kind of
classic
a companion
China,
store.
yeah.
Companion store, Siciliano's Frozen Custard, and they do a really nice job as well. But that didn't get as much love. Wits is more widespread now, especially now 4 locations in South Florida. Very good product. I don't know where it originated. It might be a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah, it feels like an up north.
So they got in there. That's good. Nothing Lauderdale by the Sea. You got one more. You got a name for us here.
Oh, and that's another one that has multiple locations. It's called Razzleberries. There's one in Fort Lauderdale. There's actually 2.
Is there one in Lauderdale by the Sea? Because they have a couple of ice cream parlors that are very, very good.
Let's
really
see.
good. Right there by Even Keel Fish.
Fort Lauderdale and Pompano Beach, it says. They're East Atlantic, so near you. There's a Razzleberries.
Razzleberries.
I've tried all of these.
That might be new by the pier. Is that possible?
It's
a new location by the new Pompano. They revamped the Pompano Pier area. Made it very nice. I mean, you've been there with the beach house and the ocean. What is it? Oceans, right?
It's the Oceanic.
Yeah. And
Beach
Lucky
House.
Fish gets a lot of play. And then there are a couple of restaurants across the street.
There's a new
one of them might be that Raspberries that you're talking about. Or whatever.
Well, Razzleberries is along the pier area, 3412 East Atlantic. That would place it well east. There's also like a tapas bar, some Spanish.
Okay. That's actually in a nicely revamped, sort of area there where on Atlantic, right by the Briny Pub.
Yeah, so Razzleberries, I've been to 2 of the locations. They have one right around the corner from the Gateway Cinema in Fort Lauderdale, and then there's one on 17th Street. It's okay. I would have actually gone with a couple others that didn't make the list. And I've eaten at all 5 of these. And again, I'm going to pull in a lead.
What happened to a weird one you went to with your daughter? I think it was out west somewhere, and it had some kind of bizarre ice cream.
Emac and Bolio's? Or
it might have been. I don't know.
There's another one
where they had some kind of weird fusion ice cream or something. It was very foo-foo.
Jeremiah's? Because that's a combination of like soft serve ice cream and Italian ices. And then we have our friend out in Coral Springs, Cecily's.
The ice.
Yeah, but he also does like some mixed things that have a little bit more cream in it, and it's kind of like a cream-based frozen treats. But it's more known for the.
We love this place called Chillin'. It's more modern. It's really freaking good. They do this nitrogen.
Yeah,
that's what you were talking about. Yeah,
it's really nitrogen, good, man. Like,
right,
it's super rich, and they do. It's very Cold Stone-esque, where they do it in front of you and they futz. but it's really good, man. And like we really enjoy. They went over here by us, and I've been to. There's a few of them out there. I think there's one at Hard Rock too, or something like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
good.
these frozen nitrogen places, and there's a couple of
Oh,
different.
were you a fan of that or not? I can't
It's
remember.
okay. The ice cream doesn't taste bad. It's more of a gimmick for for the kids and the Instagram crowd. I like straight up pure ice cream with heavy rich cream.
I mean, are you a fan in any way? I've been craving lately, like just going to get a quart of the mixed vanilla and chocolate Dairy Queen soft ice cream.
Yeah, Dairy Queen is
It doesn't appeal to you at all,
but
no?
I do like the Blizzard when you mix in all the.
I would have more of a tendency to want to go to Wits and see that. What was that all about before I went there and did that? But
much
it's
better.
been calling my name lately. I don't know why.
Base product of
I
the
don't know why.
Wits custard is much better. I mean, let's face it, Dairy Queen is it's beloved, especially when you get the frozen concrete and they turn it
It's
upside
not
down.
great,
but
it is
crap.
what it
It has
is,
no
yeah.
flavor.
It's like your Skyline chili. Yeah, exactly. But for some reason, I like it. I don't know.
It's fine because of all the garbage, but the actual ice cream
It's
is
good garbage. Yeah.
And once we're mentioning other kind of like
garbage.
mom and pop shops, a place in Coral Spring that's veteran owned, it's called Let's Chill. It's on Sample Road, and they have really good ice cream. I mean,
Yeah.
there is no shortage of good.
Well,
like,
there's still
Now, do you get the really fancy schmancy stuff? Like, are you getting a banana boat or something like stuff that's piled with all kinds of different things? Or are you just going in there and getting like a vanilla cone? What are you doing?
So my preferred method is just getting. I don't even get a cone because it melts. I like it in a dish, and I like flavors that have.
Weak. No, you got to go with the waffle cone. Come on.
I hate a cone.
My daughter loves waffle cones.
Oh my God!
gotten
It's
to
worth
it.
the extra $3.50. I don't care. Let's eat some funny. You can destroy me. It's worth the extra upcharge for the waffle cone.
There's more calories. There's more
Doesn't
sugar.
matter. I mean, if you're going to do this to begin with, you can't worry about the calories. We tell you this all the time.
I don't care about the calories.
Tell you this all the time.
It's
Stop.
work.
touching.
It starts dripping. I don't know. I've never been a cone. I've never been in.
Yeah, it's going to be messy. It should be the first show of dining while driving.
So
Should be a vanilla waffle cone from Jackson.
I am
Whipped
upset.
cream.
I'm upset that Cleveland's our friend Cleveland didn't get a nod.
And
out
Cherry
in
Smash
Maryland.
Doesn't sound like a bad list, though. No.
Cherry Smash is okay. I don't love their ice cream, just the actual ice cream itself, as much as some of the other purveyors.
Annette Flores says no cone, Mayo. She's with you on this. Get out of here.
It's
Unless
one
it has
thing.
hot fudge on it, then you don't want a cone.
It's seasonal and situational. If it's the middle of February and it's a nice 60-degree night, I'll get a
Oh
cone.
God.
But how can you
Adverse
possibly-
conditions, my friend. I mean, and then you got to get it dipped in chocolate upside down so that you take one bite and the whole thing falls in your lap. I
I've
mean,
never done any of this.
How do you take if you go outside with a cone this day and age in the middle of summertime, it's going to melt in about 3 seconds flat, and
it
it's
would
just
be a
and then
good
it's just
thing,
a
yeah.
big freaking mess, and then it ends up on the ground, and then I cry like a 3-year-old. It's just not a pretty sight.
have you ever picked ice cream off the ground and you dropped it on the ground?
100%.
When I was 3 years old.
Lifetime.
When you were 50 years old.
I have a seared image in my mind where my mother took me and my best friend growing up, Brian Kaplan, to King's Plaza, and we went to the Baskin Robbins at King's Plaza, and she bought us each a double ice cream cone. And we were walking back to the parking lot in the car, and I was working on mine like a pro. I was already working on my future skills. And Brian Kaplan, who is a little chubby kid, he's a great guy. He
was a fat kid. Yeah.
He was a little fat kid.
Right.
And he, I guess he just went at it a little too ambitiously. The whole thing, the 2 scoops went boom right on the
floor. You got to pick up the pistachio at the
I
least.
will never forget the wails, the plaintive cries coming, the tears running down his cheeks, and
it's like your dog gets its paw caught in a blanket or something. Yeah.
And my mom was like, "I'm sorry, Brian, we can't go. I got to get back home." And so she. And would I split mine? Absolutely not. No.
You already licked it anyway, Mayo. I mean, who wants yours at that point? But
Give the other scoop though.
yeah, I mean, if it's not too damaged, I don't know. Unless it fell in something that was especially disgusting, I go on ahead and picking it up. Maybe
There's still a
a little bit
Carvel.
off, yeah.
So
There's
Carvel.
Carvel's everywhere. They're and they do what good. I like
Carvel.
Carvel sundae.
Why was that scoop of vanilla at a Chinese restaurant, though? I mean, no matter what. I mean, could have been the cheapest seal test or whatever crappy ice cream, and it always tasted great after eating Chinese food.
It
that
was
one, and had a little bit of like ice
Ice,
in it. Like
ice,
there was actually
ice.
some ice still in it.
ice chips are not a good thing. You don't want to see
I
ice
know,
chips
but
in
it
your
They
ice.
made that whole thing at a Chinese
was
restaurant.
always
You
You're
don't think so?
bizarre beyond belief.
I
You like
did too,
Dairy Queen. You like the ice particles in your ice. It
I
means that
I
it was
love that.
actually
I am
defrosted.
Luby, are you with me?
I
I mean,
agree.
what he's not a Jewish guy. I mean, I want to see some paperwork on this
It's
because
not great ice cream if you compare it, because that's Mayo's problem. Mayo can't just associate what's good
no, he's
in
got
the
to be
moment.
sophisticated.
But
He's still
in
thinking
that
about that New
moment,
York Times job.
and they have 6 kinds, and then they have the scoopers, and no one's bothering you. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
It's great. That
I
ice
got to
cream
tell you
always
something,
perfect
guys,
at that
and
moment.
this is some news that my days eating ice cream are numbered. Actually, my days
Numbered
period might be
altogether?
numbered because I
No.
got
Your
this
days might be numbered, period. We all are. Look, we're all on
yeah,
borrowed
but I
time here.
got some
All of us.
news. It's just as good as the blood work was trending. I went for this heart scan yesterday.
Did they
The
find one?
numbers came in, and basically, it measures the amount of calcification in your arteries and your 4 major heart arteries. And 0 would be a good number, and anything above like 300 is a not so good number. I had 3 zeros, but the fourth one was 367, and it was in the artery that they call the widowmaker
Oh
artery.
no.
So I
That's,
was
I mean,
freaking.
if you're ready to roll a 7, does that mean you have to cut out ice cream forever?
I
Really?
might have to cut out everything. You might be seeing me eating nothing but
I'm telling
salads
you,
and water.
Michael, it's so simple. Read my book, Subliminal Discipline, and you will start going on a walk of life every day, and you'll be fine.
No, I did talk to my cardiologist this morning
73 years old, I should be in a
because
wheelchair, for God's sake.
I was in
Running around like a kid.
full freak out hypochondriac mode last night because the
You
way it
must have
works
been.
now is you get to see these test results without talking to the doctor
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
And I saw that number and I started doing
That's a
all
bowling
my.
score. I mean, that's beyond. Like Earl Anthony couldn't roll a 367. Come on.
That's I don't know.
Take him a game and a half.
That's
Oh,
a
That's not
Trump
great.
weight score.
All right,
No,
don't worry about it. I mean, just
Well,
get
no,
this all straightened out, Mike. We
I-
love you, and the people want to see you around, and everybody's happy you didn't
Watch
apply
what
for the
you eat.
time job because they want you to stay here.
I spoke.
And
Right. No, so that result rules me out of the
Yeah, you
time
could
job
never have done that.
entirely.
No.
Okay. And what it does, my cardiologist called me this morning.
oh, really? How was that
Well,
conversation?
a couple of good things. Well, first of all, he told me, do not panic. He said, actually, these numbers are pretty
You
good.
No, he
not
knows
panic?
He said the fact that you have 3 zeros, he goes, because it's the
Oh,
overall
okay.
score that counts. He goes, that's good. He goes, now that one area, he goes, we're going to work on. It's not like I need to go right in and get an angioplasty or a stent or anything like that, but we have to monitor these things.
Oh, all right. All right.
And
I'll watch
basically,
it.
I told him my blood work was heading in the right direction. We have some new target goals for my bad cholesterol and overall cholesterol. I might need some new medications, and I really have to get serious about the exercise. And
Yes.
and I'm sorry, but I do announce some more breaking news. There will be no more big bites on the lunchbox.
Oh, Jesus.
It's over.
There goes the sponsorship. You know what? Thank you very much for the support of the show. Everybody was great. But I would have to say that almost to a man,
I think
the sponsors of this program, they're all advocates of the bite.
Oh, look at this.
And
Andy Man
I
is
would
saying-
think that would be the main thing that attracted him to coming on board.
Andy Man is chiming in saying he had the Widowmaker, bro. It's not a big deal if you survive it.
Andy has a timeshare at Western Memorial or whatever.
I
that
don't
is.
want to be next to him. I don't want to be his timeshare partner there at West Side.
You could do something about this, though, Mike.
I am. I'm doing
You refuse
something
to
about
agree with me, but you got to get dedicated. You really do.
I
You
am
have to.
no longer doing big
No.
bites because I can't imagine doing.
You were bragging last week when we were at Runway. I haven't exercised and I've been eating like a pig. You can't do it anymore. That's
No,
all.
That's
it's,
exercise.
but this is a lifetime achievement award. These calcification scores. It's not a matter of it's just because I was eating bad the last month.
That's
This
right.
is an accumulation of a lifetimes of work. And I've just been thinking about, how you were saying, like, gamblers on their deathbed see the number, the total.
Oh,
number
yeah.
of their
No, it's a
loss.
horrifying thought. I almost thought I saw it last night.
Well, when I saw this number,
It was like $1,634,276.82 UMFs.
Well,
Unbelievable.
when I got this number last night, I started just thinking about all the slices of pizza and all the cheesburgers and all the ice
But
cream
you survived
cones
all this. to
that
this
I
point.
have consumed in my life. I've survived it till now, but now I've got to.
You know what's weird about health and nutrition is that I believe that like it's a very quick fix. That the minute, you might have to go a little radical, but the minute, and I haven't been able to do this, and I wish I could, but The minute you start to reverse some of these things, you see like amazing benefits and results.
Well, what they said
No
is
matter what kind of rough shape you were in, I really believe that. But you have to be committed to it. It's subliminal discipline, my friend.
yeah.
Buy my book. Buy
Well, we'll
my
see
book.
what happens, but I am
No.
going to be, this is a wake up call. All these things that have been happening over the
It sounded like you were describing this crypto coin that this guy gave me, which he said, "Hey, you got 2 million of these." I'm like, "That sounds good. What's it worth?" And he said, "Well, it's worth point one." And I said, "Point one what?" And he said, "Point 0.00001."
one drachmas. It's
And I'm
not
like,
even
"Holy
dollars.
Bernie
Point
Madoff!
zero
What the hell did
zero
you give me here? What is
point
this?"
0.0001 pesos
So
or
those
drachmas.
zeros are good. Those are favorable for you.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to be on better behavior. Look, it's easy at Gulfstream because they got great salads there, and I'm just going to be eating more cruciferous
Yeah,
vegetables.
fish
You
and
said
vegetables.
Try a
more whole
veggie,
grain.
man. I mean, we were talking about that with regard to the British Open, and the professor was absolutely right. And I don't know if you agree because you've been to London. You may have defended their cuisine at some time, but let's face it. I mean, the weather sucks in England. The food sucks in England.
I like England. I like Scotland. I like their golf courses. I like their pubs.
Weather, food
Their
sucks.
food is
No,
actually, you know what? It's a
you
good
think
place
it's
for me.
good? Oh my god!
No, because I don't overeat. In fact, I have no appetite there, and I usually lose weight when I go to.
Potatoes, beef. I mean,
I
pork,
don't.
all
I'm
this
not a
stuff,
potato guy,
lamb,
and I'm not a.
all thrown together, and they call that a pie. Get out
I'm
of here.
not a pie guy. I'm not one of those bangers and mash guys. I'm not one of those stewed tomatoes guys. No, the food there is lousy,
Warm beer, tasteless warm beer.
but your guy is there. The fine dining scene elevated with Gordon Ramsay and all that stuff. So you seem to.
Well, but you're not a big fan of Gordon Ramsay, from what I could make.
I've never eaten at his restaurant, so I can't.
Restaurants are good. There's no Gordon Ramsay steak is a good restaurant
His
wherever, whatever
TV
location. But I mean, is it perfect? I don't know about
his
that.
TV persona, whatever.
I kind of like him though. I mean, he's very serious about what he's doing.
That's it. And we're serious too about, especially our sponsors. Tropical Acres closed this week, but boy, the day is coming. Actually, Friday, so it's not that many days left until they reopen after
Oh,
their
nice.
maintenance issues. So you can head on in there this Friday, and you could get your twin lobster special for $39 for 2 live New England steamed lobsters with salad and side dish. You could go into the bar for your happy hour. I'm still allowed to drink some good things. I got to cut down on the sugars, but my vodka martinis once every while, everything in moderation. Especially when it's $8 during the happy hour there, Monday through Friday at the bar. Tropical Acres is at 2500 Griffin Road in Old Fort Lauderdale, Dania Beach. It's just west of the airport, 995. They have the loyalty reward card. As my car has now gotten totaled, I had to fish out some things from the glove compartment. I found about 4 part.
Oh, you did?
Stop.
Can we go in there? I mean, give one to Lubie, give one to me, Shirley, maybe.
Oh, you have cards for us?
Well,
I
they're
think-
not filled.
Why don't we all go in there with like a
They're all
12
partly
punch
filled.
card?
I could combine them and get
Yeah.
one free entree. They usually do
Can
that.
you redeem them all at one time, or is that like
Yeah,
really?
you can combine them when you say, "Hey, I had all these different ones going," and then they'll
Okay.
fill one up. And
Jack
anyway,
Studiali wouldn't refuse you anything, though. I mean, if you went in there and you begged for a free meal, he would give it to you. No doubt.
not just me, but
Yeah.
he takes care of everybody. If
Yes.
the general public out there at home had 3 different punch cards filled up with like 4 each, he would honor that.
Can I combine these?
Yes,
That's
you
the way
may.
we go. Yeah.
Because they are in the yes business at Tropical Acres. We love them. Great service. And all those classics like the prime rib and the filet mignon, the rack of lamb, the scallops, all kinds of good stuff. Go into Tropical Acres on Friday. Again, they'll be closed the next couple of days, but starting Friday, they're open every day except Sunday. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, more Mike Mayo's cholesterol report in a moment. Coming up here.
Calcification stores.
Oh, my God. On the Lunchbox. Coming up in a minute.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to bashsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on a home edition of the Lunchbox, and some early comments trickling in on the list of finalists on the Sun Sentinel's best ice cream competition. Some people are a bit miffed that Kilwins was snubbed. I don't know what you think of Kilwins.
Kilwins is Lauderdale by the Sea. They have a location there. Fantastic. No, they have two shops there that I think are as good as any ice cream parlor I've ever been.
Sloan's.
Yeah.
Right? Sloan's and Kilwins.
Yeah. And, the people are always happy there. They get these giant cones, whatever, dishes, all kinds of different flavors. They're very generous.
I'm a bit surprised that Kilwins didn't make the cut because they do have locations all over, especially, like Las Olas and some of the more trendy avenues and neighborhoods. But again, that did not make the cut. 5 worthy finalists. We have not been invited to conduct a judging portion of this competition, probably because if they tried bringing ice cream from all over in this heat, we would be eating, it would be a frozen, or actually a soup competition, like a cold soup, because the ice cream would all melt. But and I would also have to defer because recuse myself because of family. Well, she no longer works there. She actually didn't work there for a while.
I think Jackson's is going to win in a landslide.
And
it's the most popular and iconic of places. And you know what? When you go there, it is great.
Oh, yeah, it's got all that nostalgia, all those the candy shop up front, the license plates, and
the other food there, the hot dogs, all this other stuff.
They've undergone several changes this year. Their longtime general manager, Jerry, retired along with their
he did?
Jerry is gone. He's up in Jacksonville now with his grandchildren, and then the longtime kitchen manager there, Mark, he also retired, and they have like a new kind of like our friends from the Nallhart group that are operating the Federal and some other places downtown Fort Lauderdale are now kind of like handling some of the management and back end operations for Jackson's. I haven't been in there in a while, so I don't know if there's been any changes in terms of the ice cream or the food, but they have had some changes. But it looks like they're still going strong in the summertime. Their prices are a little bit, they charge an arm and a leg for their ice cream now. So but it is high quality stuff, and I do love their double chocolate chunk and the Linda's Crackle, they call it. It's Linda Zackheim, who's now the owner. She's Monroe Udell's daughter that's been running the joint since he passed about a decade ago. But it's like a chocolate crack explosion. There's chocolate chips, there's chocolate brownies, there's these fudge ripples, and it's a deep dark chocolate. Are you a chocoholic? But you're a vanilla guy, right, Defo? You love.
I like all kinds of stuff. I mean, you always want to label me and pigeonhole me into a category, but no, I'm a big fan. All kinds of ice cream, love it. I happen to go to high school with a guy, one of the founding partners of Ben and Jerry's. Jerry, whatever his last name was, went to Belmore Kennedy High School, and he would have never anticipated that he was going to become this level of entrepreneur. And they had a lot of innovative flavors. But I like all kinds of stuff, no doubt about it. But I would say this: did you ever go to Jan's on
Yes.
Long Island when you were in New York? I mean, I don't know
Well,
if they had one.
they had
Didn't have one
several.
in Brooklyn, did they?
They did. They had
they did,
several locations. They were in Long Island.
Man,
They-
now that was the standard by which all others had to be judged. And the Banana Boat and all of these other things they had.
Oh, they had
there
a
were
kitchen
just
sink
phenomenal.
there.
Oh, the
They-
kitchen sink, yeah, that was
kitchen
great.
sink, which now is replicated, and they have one at Jackson's. But Jan's Ice Cream Parlor, there was one
I
on
mean, classic. Yeah.
Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn. I remember I would go there a lot on my birthday.
So that
because
would
they
be the
gave-
standard. Jackson's reminds me a little bit. I don't know if it's even got any similarities, but kind of reminds me the same kind of spirit that you had going at
Yeah.
Jan's, which was always like if the little league team won a championship and they were taking you to Jan's, you were like, oh my god, this was better than getting a ring. It's fantastic.
New York had a lot of good boutique ice cream parlors back when I was growing up, and in the early days of Haagen-Dazs, when there was just one shop, Haagen-Dazs, down in the West Village, Greenwich Village, and then places like Frusenglage, and then there was some other ones, Alpen's Albert. I mean, I remember all these kind of rich, decadent ice cream, that were produced.
Where'd
at
you
these
get this
kind of
whole theme
parlors.
from? Sarnie? Oh no, it came out of the Sun Sentinel.
Yeah, Sun Sentinel. It's Ice Cream Month. Sunday, on the day of the brunch bash, was National Ice Cream Day, and basically, Sarni points out that today is National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. So
Oh,
you're
yeah? Okay.
celebrating. I mean, I don't mean
Breyer's
to.
Vanilla was a gold standard for me. I know you think it's pedestrian and
No,
lame
that's-
and all of that, but I mean, we grew up. There was a place called the Briar Patch, and they served Breyer's ice cream. And it was one of these old school, shops where you could get an egg cream and a malted and all of this other, stuff that was associated with that. A cherry, a Coke, things that you never even could conceive of. And their big thing was scooping Breyer's ice cream.
And
Which, I was a
Breyer's-
big fan of Breyer's Vanilla, but I became addicted to Breyer's coffee ice cream later on in life. I
I
loved it.
like coffee. I like
Yeah.
mocha chip. I like those kind of flavors. But you're right. Breyer's Vanilla, the natural vanilla, with
fantastic.
the little
Yeah.
flecks of vanilla bean in it.
You said
that
your
was
mother, that
was-
was her.
I still
Nice
have
for the
3
choice.
half-gallons in the freezer because I bought them
Break
when
one
they were
out on the show.
BOGO.
Come on, let's go.
I'll break.
He's trying
You
to, like,
want me to
get
have the Widowmaker right
the
here on the
doctors.
air? Is that what we're going?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't mean to have you in conflict with.
No,
your
I'm going to
medical
go get
report.
one on the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
break because, again, my mom, she passed. She used to have a little scoop of it for every day at the end of her lunch.
Breyer's Vanilla was
And-
phenomenal.
And I had like 4 of them loaded in my freezer when she passed. And good for me. I've only gone through one of them since her passing, and that was 6 months ago.
It was
So,
like a year ago.
no,
Unbelievable.
it was
Well,
January.
Lubie, what about you? I mean,
9th.
did you grow up with ice cream parlors? Because Jan's was always the thing. Like if you could get to Jan's with some team, like you had to win a championship, and then they would take everybody there, and it was like, oh my god, this is some reward. But did you have a place here in South
Carvel.
Florida?
I mean, there's
Carvel. Okay.
Carvel's been synonymous. My parents, up until a few years ago, were taking my nephews because there's a Carvel off a commercial in 94th. So not far from where they live. And they were taking my nephew because on Tuesdays or Wednesdays they had some kind of a special. So like every week, I think
Wednesday is Sunday at Carvel. Every Wednesday, buy one get one free.
The Hot Fudge Sundae is still a classic.
Carvel. I just love I love chocolate ice cream. They don't give you the crunchies, so that's why I like the Carvel ice cream cakes because you'd get the crunchies. That's my favorite. The chocolate ice cream with the crunchies in it.
Yep.
That combination of flavors.
They sell the crunchies as in a
Now, when
container now.
I was
So-
growing up. I don't remember that being a thing.
No,
Like,
it wasn't. But now
Did you
can
ever
buy
get
it.
addicted to the flying saucer? which
Well,
at first I was adverse to because I wasn't a big ice cream sandwich guy. But
flying
the
saucer.
flying saucer at Carvel was unbelievable.
Brown bonnets. You talk about you like your ice cream cones dipped in chocolate.
I
The
never
brown
had
Oh, that was
bonnet.
fantastic.
The
Yeah.
brown
Oh, the
bonnet.
brown bonnet, phenomenal. Yeah.
They dipped it in chocolate in a chocolate shell, and then they froze it, so it was kind of a crunchy chocolate shell. I love that stuff. So,
Yeah,
but those
I was amazed that the ice cream stayed in the cone when they used to turn it upside down and put it in the hot fudge to get the brown bonnet.
it was nice and thick. It was a
Yeah.
good, thick, rich product. I have a good. I remember this is another ice cream memory that's just branded in my brain. My brother has
I
a
like the
friend.
fat kid dropping the ice cream on the floor. That
Well,
was
that
one
was
of my
number
favorite
one, and
Mayo
number
stories.
two,
Yeah.
my brother's friend Rich Udowitz, who you met because he was at
I
Gulfstream
met
for one of the
Udowitz?
shows.
Get
He
out of
was
here.
the stand-up comic, the fledgling
Oh, I
stand-up
thought he
comic.
was the bookmaker that you owed money
No,
to.
he came out. He came out to Gulfstream
Hey,
one time.
Udowitz is coming.
Udi. But anyway, Udi told me a story about one time he went to his local Carvel in Brooklyn on a Wednesday, and it was a father and son taking advantage of the buy one get one Sunday day at Carvel. And as they get up to the counter, the father turns to the son and he goes, "Hey, what kind of Sunday you want?" And the kid goes, "Carvel Sunday."
We used to go to Carmel when we came back from the beach when my parents first got a car in Brooklyn in the 50s. And you know what struck me, and you're not going to like this at all, but as much as I love like the chocolate and vanilla thing, like everybody did, the first time I tried like a pineapple sundae, it was surprisingly good, Mayo. I don't know about you, but the
Do you put
pineapple
ketchup on it
sundae.
too? Is it like one of
No,
those?
I mean you can
pizzas?
condemn it all you want, but it was very refreshing. I mean, the cherries naturally were great, even though they were probably not. I mean, on your health itinerary right now. But yeah, when you got the sundae with pineapple on it, it was surprisingly good.
Yeah. So
Surprisingly good.
the
Vanilla
classic.
ice cream and pineapple sauce.
I'm not a big fruit guy, as you can tell by my heart scores. But
What happened to you? Where did you go wrong? What happened?
come on, are you really asking that question? I kind of took a
Yeah,
YouTube
you were all right. I mean, the
detour.
young pictures, the pictures of the young Mayo show none of this
Yeah.
human self destruction.
But then about was it 9 years ago? I waded into the food reviewing game, and 60 pound. At one
I
point
do
was
remember
up to
not
60
seeing you for a long period of time, and then I think we ran into you, and Lubie was there. We were doing a show, some cockamamie show from the Hard Rock, and you
Right.
came by.
and I was a
And
balloon.
wow, yeah, Mayo, wow, he's put on a few pounds since the last time.
More
I
than a
saw
few
him.
pounds. I've
But
run
they
into
had
people.
too, so it was bad. I mean,
I once
I
ran
had
in-
nothing to say, but I was thinking, wow, this guy's put on more weight than me, so I feel better about myself.
I ran into a guy I hadn't seen in a while. I think it was a golfer or something like that. But
Did he
just
say
said-
what happened to you?
He said, "Did you stick an air hose up your ass?"
Oh no! Oh no!
This is
So-
why you're looking better. You're finally feeling better about yourself. Val Law is your answer, my friend. That
I've
is the
said
only
this-
salvation for you is this girl. You
I've-
stick with her.
I've said this before, is that it's the ultimate paradox is that I've never felt more comfortable in my own skin and yet never felt more ashamed and hideous about my body and where the shape
The other
is.
day, I mean, this is true. The other day, I came home and I'd done the walk of life and all of this other stuff, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. And then I grabbed like a handful of flab, and I thought, and I put this on Facebook. There's room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. You can always get better at whatever it is that you're doing, even if you think you're doing okay. So
Yeah, and that's one of our sponsors is named Kaizen.
Kaizen,
and
is that not his
tran-
philosophy?
translates to always, trying to get better, striving for
Trying to get better.
continuous improvement. So that's a good mantra to have. Speaking about another sponsor, this will conform to my new healthy ways because oysters on the half shell and seafood in general,
Much better.
low
for
fat, low sodium, and so I
Great
think I
flavor,
see.
too.
I
Wow.
think I see. Well, last night I picked up some stuff from our friends at Delaware. I saw Gene yesterday.
Oh
Got
yeah.
some steamed crab.
Are we going back out there anytime soon?
Yeah,
What's
in
going on with that?
September when we get
Okay,
closer
alright.
to the Jewish holidays and the start of stone crab season. They're taking a little summer hiatus, but we still love them. And Jose is actually on vacation now over in England enjoying the cuisine. But
there's nothing to eat there. Trust me.
Gene is holding the fort, and I bought a beautiful piece of grouper, which we didn't get to because I also bought those steamer clams, the Ipswich clams, which are great.
Oh, those are great, man.
And I had
Wow.
and Val hadn't had those before. I made last night
Totally
some
different, isn't it?
steamer clams, and then I got one of these huge jumbo like the Old Bay steamed blue crab, and we picked that apart, one each, and that was enough. We said we don't need to grill the fish; we're saving that for tonight. So we got a
Yeah.
nice piece of grouper. We love Delaware, but the Oyster Fest is coming up. It's called Pearl Jam by the Sea, and that's with our friends at Even Keel Fish Shack in conjunction with the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, August 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. There is the flyer.
Very
It's
nice.
got all the information. VIP bar seating,
What a
I
great
believe,
idea. Huh?
is sold out. So we're down to the general admission, and get your tickets while you can because supplies are limited.
Are we
Go
in?
on-
I'm
Yeah,
going
we're
to
in,
shoot
of
the week
course.
We're in?
Saturday.
Okay.
I'm still trying to
I'm
recruit
saying it
people for
Recruit.
I'm trying to recruit people for
for
the
eating.
oyster eating contest. Whoever can eat 60
Where's
oysters,
Tannazini? I mean, that's what we need.
he's going to be in.
I want to
And
back him. I'm going
I'm
to bet
gonna
all my money on
well, I'm
Tennessee.
going to make him shuck them but he's the only one who has to shuck his oysters besides eating 60.
I wouldn't
Uh,
handicap him like that. He's going to just go in and eat his brains out.
But I'm trying to get others, and everybody's like, no, I don't want to do that. So, but it's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun full day of unlimited oysters on the half shell. We've got bubbles, sparkling wine, and then there's going to be music, a band playing some of Pearl Jam's greatest hits, and much more. Again, get your tickets now. Go to either vlfoodwine.com and click on the banner or Oyster Pearl Jam event .eventbrite.com. Get the tickets now. Again, it's going to be a great time. August 10th, Saturday afternoon. You have plenty of time to recover on Sunday, and we'll see you out there.
That's going to be great. I mean, you can't even, if you haven't been to this area, it's just a magnificent scene. And then this sounds like a spectacular, and you're going to have this whole thing going.
And they'll have the regular
like
brunch
music?
and lunch menu going, so people who aren't
Wow.
into the oysters,
Wow.
you
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm
could
really
order some of their regular menu items. Great
The
fish,
fish and
chips.
chips, unbelievable at this place. Unreal. All right, we're coming back. More Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Maybe we'll break out some of that Briars from his mother's stash in a moment here. We'll come right.
One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you.
Such a sweetie. You got monkey, you got bone, you got everything.
Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox.
You got me picking my teeth, man.
That's okay.
All right.
Sometimes I get weird emails that come into my email box, and one just landed. It says, "Hi, chef. It's our 10th year surprise wedding anniversary party for my wife. We need a menu for 25 guests. It will be taking place the last weekend of September 29th in Jacksonville. Please draft a menu. I want it served buffet style. My budget is $1,200 to $1,800." And then there's all these grammar errors. I don't get it. There's nothing. It's like a fishing expedition. They want me to, but there's nothing to click on. So,
$1,200. So you're going to make by doing this? I would take the job.
question: do you accept check as a mode of payment?
Of course. Send it right now.
Very bizarre. These are getting some bizarre emails.
I lost the chat line for some reason on my computer.
I think it crashed. I don't know if Lubie sees it. I see it. No, I see it here.
I see nothing.
Anyway, look at this. Look what I got on the break. I got.
Oh, you got it. Okay, you really did have some. Straight up vanilla. Nice.
I have 3 half-gallons in my fridge.
Well, give me one next time I see you. I mean, bring one in the freezer.
Correction. This one I got BOGO at Publix, and you notice shrinkflation is a thing where all these products that used to be a certain size are now
smaller now. Yeah.
The Breyers at Publix is now 1.5 quarts, which is a full pint less than a half gallon.
Wow, that's weak. I don't like that.
I did get
and what's that costing you? Like $7?
Well, when they're BOGO, you get 2 for $6 and change, which is a good deal, which
That's
is why I always load it up when the BOGOs. I also have an actual half-gallon size container that I got from my local wholesale club. BJ's Wholesale Club sells the Breyers, and sometimes they would have coupons with the half-gallon. So I have actually 3 of these in my freezer still, and I'm going to have a little bite both in your honor and in my mom's memory. Is there anything better? And you would like this one, Defo.
Yeah.
It has little icicles in it because it's been.
I don't know why. It's only in a Chinese restaurant, but you really dig that, don't you?
No.
Lubie, what do you think?
It means it's old.
I love it.
It doesn't necessarily mean that, does it? I mean, come on, Lubie, defend me on this.
If you want to see, this is my new health-minded kick. I used to put chocolate chips and other kind of unhealthy things like cookies and stuff.
It's hardly a healthy kick when you're eating ice cream, Mayo.
But now I drop. This is kind of my nighttime cheat where I get a very little bowl, like maybe 2 ounces of ice cream, which I shouldn't be eating.
You do a lot of weird justifications and rationalizations. And Lubie and I have the same philosophy, right? How many times have you been just thinking on the show, just eat it already, Mayo?
But did you see what I put on it?
About your keto, your this, your that, your cholesterol.
Fresh blueberries, which kind of it's having a little bit.
I don't know that you need the enhancement. I mean, see, you're taking the essence away from just the pure, savoring of a Breyers vanilla scoop.
What are you a Trump guy? You want pure white, pure vanilla?
No, I'm far from it. I mean, look, I was the one telling
you blood of my ice cream by dropping blueberries.
I told you Kamala crushed it yesterday, which was great, and you guys were like, "Well, what are you talking about?" But no, I don't know. I think Breyers vanilla.
I gotta stop.
You could put some hot fudge on there. You could do a lot of things, but you can eat it by itself. I think that's the test of anything, and it would still be good.
Now that it's softening up a little bit, and I see those little flecks of the real natural vanilla bean that they put in here.
That's the key. That's the key, my friend.
It's not the richest, creamiest ice cream, but the flavor.
So well made. Yeah. It reminds me of my childhood in Brooklyn. It really does.
I will agree with you on this.
What? Yeah. Wait, Lubie, mark that down. What's the time on the tape? No, Mayo says he will agree with me on something.
Breyers vanilla is a very good product, and now that I'm not going to be having chocolate syrup or hot fudge,
I have one of your biggest fans. I don't know. Can I bring her in on the show here? Because she just walked into the house.
Yeah,
and she loves the show, and she thinks like you're crazy, Lynn Chase. I mean, can you get on camera here? Let's do this here. Oh, there she is. Yeah.
Hey,
Say Mayo.
How you doing?
I'm good. I have a clogged artery and I'm eating ice cream, but so everything is great.
Okay, here, I can only see him. Enjoy.
All right,
Thank you.
Lindy. Well,
What's your general opinion of the Mayo Show? No, she doesn't want to
want
render
more
that.
I want more vegetarian food.
We're heading there.
Oh, that's
It's
probably
going to
what
be a fall special. I'm going vegetarian, vegan the whole rest of my dwindling lifespan.
Hey,
so-
Lubie.
we love you. Thanks.
Yeah,
Lindy.
vegetarian food.
Okay, vegan ice cream.
See,
is
the
something I
fans
want.
come to my house and assemble to watch the Mayo
There
Show.
you go.
I just want to see this thing in action.
They have Sonic. They actually make good shakes. Their ice cream's okay.
Oh, look at
It's
you!
interesting.
We're all in the summertime
Well, we
mode.
talk
I
ice
mean,
cream. Anyone
there are
ice cream.
certain days in summer where it's so damn hot. All I want to eat is like a nice thick shake. For
I
lunch.
saw a thing. This is good. I'm glad you brought this up about Italian ices.
Mhm.
And I think it's called Richie's Italian Ices on
Richie's is
commercial.
pretty
Has
good.
been my go-to place. I haven't been there in a long time, but I used to love this place. And I think they probably come as close to anybody as having authentic Italian ices. If you wanted to go with the authentic thing.
Oh yeah. Well, again, like the New York ice cream.
But that
like
was
the pizza
discussed.
parlor.
It was discussed the other day on Let's Eat South Florida, and they got a lot of acclaim, and I think it's well deserved. The little stand, it's been there forever. You would imagine that they're offering them all kinds of money to just buy this property, but Italian
staying-
ice is as good as any I've had. I
he's
mean, right
hanging
back there,
tough.
going to New York.
Richie's is good. Rita's water ice is okay. I love Cecily's. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's up there in Coral Springs near Lubie's neighborhood. Evan Craham is the proprietor. He's a very active member on the Let's Eat group, and he makes a great product. I mean, authentic ices, but he has like 60 different flavors, and he does all kinds of really unique flavor profiles. Exotic flavors, and then your basics like the rainbow, the watermelon, cherry, all that stuff. But I love eating frozen product this time of year. But
You know what's good about Richie's too? Like if you're undecided about what you want, you want lemon naturally. Maybe you want some cherry, you want some tangerine, some weird flavor, pineapple.
he's got everything.
He'll combine all of that for you, like in one order. If you say, "Hey, give me a quart of this, but I want this, 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 and this," he doesn't give me a face or anything. He just goes ahead and accommodates you.
I give
Very
you
nice
faces.
about that.
Hey, and I'm giving you a face because we got to take our.
Oh, is
final
one of your
break now.
biggest fans, by the way. Lynn Chase loves you, man. Loves
I'm
you.
happy. I love.
Works
our
at the
fans.
Plunge, which is a very popular place.
Okay, I've never been to the Plunge. I got to go to Stinger's. I got to try a pizza.
Where's the fun?
Oh wait,
We were there the other night, unfortunately for a funeral, but we were there, and Dave B does a good job, man. He really does. On the pizza, what do you think, Lubie? You were there many times.
Pizza's good.
The Meat Lover's Pizza is as good a Meat Lover's Pizza as you'll find anywhere.
I just forgot I can't eat pizza anymore. So
You
that's,
probably-
How are you
All
going
right.
to do the show when you can't eat anything?
I'm gonna
Is Runway
choose-
84 off the list also? I mean,
choose
should we call
wisely.
Falsetto?
Oh, Runway and our boy Joey at Seville, they have the best
The great
swordfish.
fish, great
Those
fish.
two great swordfish.
Oh, my
dishes
God,
there.
best.
And talking about a great fish dish, and this is comporting with my new healthy
Even Keon has
lifestyle.
a good swordfish. They do
I'm
it
talking
great when they
about
have it.
the
That's a-
new blackened redfish
Oh,
dish
Batch,
at
yeah,
Batch
yeah.
New Southern Kitchen and Tap.
More rave reviews
see-
for Batch.
That's
More
fantastic.
rave reviews.
I see a lot of blackened redfish in my future. Maybe not as much fried chicken and waffles, but again, there's something for everybody at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, 525 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale. Free parking in the garage right next door. It's covered parking, so the car doesn't get too hot. It's inside, and then you walk right across the street. 4 hours, free parking. You can go hang out for a while. Wednesday night, that's tomorrow. They're going to be having their next whiskey education class, and it's a charitable component. They'll be selling some bottles for charity, along with have a little seminar and learn the finer points of discerning what makes a whiskey good and drinkable. I find them all pretty good and drinkable. Of course, they got the weekend brunch going there Saturday and Sunday. We love Brandon and Kevin. The best service. And
Food's
food,
great.
Hospitality.
Could you emphasize that enough? The
I
food
can't.
is great, Michael.
I can't emphasize it enough. The food, the cocktail mixology program, everything that is going on there at Batch is tremendous. And it is really the summer hit of the Let's Eat South Florida group. It seems like
Great
every
place.
other day.
Wow.
When Kevin gets
people-
it, so I posted. I've been doing like weekly reviews, and I posted like I guess Your Big Bite was involved in. Oh no, I also posted a Big Bite on the stories for Instagram and Facebook, and, and Kevin writes, he's like, it's my favorite moment every time I have a second look on social media watching Mayo. Totally
Well, maybe I'll have to substitute. Maybe I'll use like blocks of
Great
ice.
white
I'll
shark.
just do a big bite of ice or something like that.
No, you have to get some clearance from your medical
Kelp
team,
soup?
and you got to start eating this stuff.
Bone
again.
broth. Can I do a big bite of bone broth?
We don't want you kvetching Mayo. I mean, we want you just going ahead and being Mayo on the show. That's why you're
gonna have
here.
to come up. I'm gonna ask Kevin and Brandon to come up with a healthy big bite menu.
I'm saying chicken and waffles on the Big Bite next time. No, I mean we'll cut the bone out, whatever there is.
The man is trying to kill me. All right, let's take the final break and we'll come back and wrap up this edition after these words. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail, and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Yeah, you were mentioning pineapple on ice cream. The classic banana split, especially.
I wouldn't have necessarily thought I would like that, but I did.
So the banana split at Jackson's, it's pineapple, cherries, and then there's like nuts on top and the bananas.
And
then they either ladle on some of the chocolate syrup or
the kitchen sink, though, was the stuff of which legends were made. We're hoping Tanazzini can come through on the contest there at even keel.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be in.
Consume the kind of thing that would equate out to being a kitchen sink.
I was trying to get some. Nikki begged off. She can't eat
No.
raw oysters. I'm
Oh,
trying to
she
get
can't.
some media types and
Professor
all
Moon's
these
oysters right
these. I'm trying
now.
to.
Well, Perk.
I'm
Did you reach
still
out to
working the
Perk?
phones.
Perk.
I'm-
Perk is a foodie, and he's open to
Oh,
be on
Perk.
display.
Yeah.
Perk.
no, I'm trying to get Carlos
Skolnick.
Frias.
How about Skolnick?
No, Carlos Frias, maybe Skolnick. I'm
Frias
trying
and
to get
Perk.
Julie Guy or Lisa Petrillo or but
Petrillo is reluctant to participate in this
Oh,
stuff.
I'm just
I
trying to
don't know
get
why.
people who will actually do it, not people who we know. I'm talking about people
Yeah.
who are open to making a fool of
all right,
themselves.
I'll ask Perk, but he's going to be busy with the Dolphins. It's the middle.
Oh,
of
it's
the
over for him.
Saturday.
Yeah, they open up
Okay.
camp already.
On
And
Saturday.
yeah, it's all over. Hey, it's good to see on the chat line. People love ice cream and all this nostalgia. People are chiming in with a place I love because I went to college right around the corner. Steve's Ice Cream, the original Steve's Ice Cream in Somerville, Massachusetts. It was the original home of the Mix Inn. They were the innovators, and I remember going there when I was touring colleges in the Boston area, and man, that was good. Boston is I'm going to proclaim it right now. Boston is the greatest ice cream town in the country.
Well, isn't it like Vermont or New Hampshire or something? Wherever
I mean, Boston had Steve's originally, Emac and Bolio's, which is now down here, but Emac and Bolio's is a great. Sarney knows. There was a place called Harold's Ice Cream. There was a couple of other joints all around town. It's a Anyway, we could have a fight about that. South Florida has some pretty good ice cream too, so go check out some of the finalists in the Sun Sentinel competition.
Jackson's in a runaway, my friend.
Okay,
the swing states are on with Jackson's. I think they win by
it has
like
the
a
national
freaking mile, and probably well deserved. I mean, they deserve a round of applause here on that lunchbox.
It has a
They've been the dynamite
national
place.
reputation. It's been featured on every major Food Network program, and it was on Good Morning America. They were looking for the best.
It's a good place, man. I haven't been
Great
here in a long
job.
time, too. I mean, I really
You
haven't.
just need a bank loan before
It's
you
just
go there.
expensive.
Like
It's
the
like
the
$10.
double, like just the
Is it
large.
expensive now? Really? Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
$10
it's gone
a
up
scoop or $9.
$10 for the small scoop.
Just
Now
a
the
scoop.
small scoop is a quarter
$10 for a
pound.
scoop?
Yes. Double scoop is $13.
Come
A
on,
Sunday
help me.
is like $17.
Yeah,
I
it's a
used to pick up a quart to bring home for it was $9.95 for a quart, then $10.95. It's $20 now.
Oh,
Quart.
jeez.
It
All
is
right. All right. Well,
expensive.
that's that. They still have a line out the door?
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit shorter now because
as one might assume, yeah, with the prices. I
it's,
I always had a good time there. I equated it with Jan's, which was my all-time favorite ice cream parlor. So I think they run away and win this.
Oh,
thing.
it's
There's
a go-to.
nothing-
Great. I mean, it's just
there's nothing like the nostalgia of ice cream. It's all happy memories, and ice cream makes everything better. Hey, before we go, I just want to give a shout out to our presenting sponsor today, Casa D'Angelo. I still haven't gotten Angelo on the phone.
Where's Angelo, man? He's a little, he's hard to get a hold of, this guy.
Well,
No
he's this is the summertime. It's the down season, and the
Yeah,
man
you
has
call me
definitely-
now in the middle of the day.
He's earned a
Yeah.
rest, but we'll get out to one of his properties at some point in the next week, hopefully. And you should really check out the again top of the line Italian cuisine at Casa D'Angelo. 3 locations. The original 1209 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, been going for 25 years. 26 years actually, and classic, beautiful, high quality ingredients, great service. The wine list is unbelievably good, and you get the same great products and great service at all 3 locations: Boca Raton, Aventura, and Fort Lauderdale. Stop in today to Casa D'Angelo and tell them the Lunchbox sent you. And just a shout out to a newest sponsor, Luke's Seafood. It's 5511.
When are we
South
going there, man? Oh, come on.
August 21st is the date
All right.
that we'll be going out there.
Can't
And they're
wait
going
till
to be
next month. Get out of here.
Yeah, well, we're starting up. They are at 5511 South University Drive in Davie, just south of Griffin Road, and it's right behind the car wash. They're open every day except Monday. They have great seafood, and it's that time of year. You want to eat light? They have great fish dishes and all kinds of other clams, and his scoobies, which are the broiled in garlic butter, those crab claws. Great stuff. Luke and Roxy do a terrific job. They're going to be on vacation next week, starting next Monday through the following Monday. So get in there this week, and then we'll see you in there with them on August 21st. And we welcome them to the Lunchbox
Welcome to the
roster.
fam.
Yeah, so it's all good. All right,
Great people there, man. They
Yeah, they're
really do a tremendous job.
that's gonna do it for today.
That's it, Mayo. That's it. We're off the
Yeah,
hook?
tomorrow I was trying to line up something, but I got so bogged down with this freaking car
Don't worry about
insurance
it. All this
business.
fetching, yeah. All right, so we're home again tomorrow.
We might do a replay tomorrow. Should we do a
Oh
JNC
yeah,
replay
okay,
tomorrow?
good. Afternoon off would be nice, man.
Tomorrow or Monday?
Not about it,
We're
man.
gonna
If
do
we're
the
not
J-
eating somewhere, we may as well take the
Do
afternoon.
you want to
off.
do a 3-day weekend and do the JNC replay on Monday, or do you want to do it tomorrow?
Whatever you say.
I'm good either way.
You're in charge of the show. It's your
I
show.
think 3 home shows in a row is a little
It
too
is
much.
a lot.
Let's do a JNC replay tomorrow.
There
and
you
then
go. I like it.
I'll
man.
try to come up with another remote show for Monday or take Monday off or something.
Let's get back to wicked cheesesteaks. All right.
That's it. All right. Enjoy, everybody, and enjoy every ice cream cone and every sandwich.
Briar's dinner.